Alright, it's Sunday afternoon at the tiny house, and it's been a really quiet weekend. Weather's, it's almost 50 degrees up here today, so it's absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of snow on the ground, but it's just delightful. It's a really high sun, calm day. Wind's starting to pick up, but it's what you want to get away to. So I was struggling with the lighting in this thing, as you know, the last video about the lighting in the bathroom, redoing it, and I came up with an idea to redo the lighting in the living room. Because of the depth of the lofts, I couldn't put any recessed lighting in, which would have been probably ideal, but there's just not enough room in the floor to do that. So I came up with another idea, and it's back to that same concept of working with the black pipe, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do right now. We're going to build two adjustable lamps for each side of the tiny house that I can adjust and pull out and put where I want, so I can get the light how and where I want it. And I think it's a pretty cool little project, and I'm just going to share it with you. So I hope you enjoy the video, and thanks for watching. Okay, so back to Lowe's I went for this project. You're going to see a common theme for what I've been doing. We're going to use the black pipe, and we're going to make this that same more industrial looking style. The vintage light bulbs, once again, are going to be the end product. We have a whole host of parts, black pipe and lamp parts. So we're going to make two of these lights because the lights are going to match on both sides of the living room. So we have all of our black pipe pieces. And basically everything's just done in twos when I figured it all out. So I have a whole plan that's going to go. So we're going to do the plate again to mount against the wall. It makes for a really stiff, firm mounting plate. We are coming off of the plate with a T, which is going to require a very short piece to mount it to. So we went with a piece that is basically going to let us mount the plate to the first turn. And the idea behind that is so I can drop the cord right out of it. So we went with a T right off of that splicer. So we go plate, splicer, T. So what this T is going to do now, and we're going to crank this all up. And again, the project doesn't need to have it cranked up. We're not using them for gas fittings or something like that. We're just using them to hold a cord. So we're going to go plate, spacer, T down. Now the cord can come up through here and then out. That way I don't have to try to wiggle the cord through all of the piping all the way through. So we need to run our cord right from the get-go is going to be the easiest way to get this where it needs to be. I went with the brown cord because I just think the vintage look is like more what I like stylistically. So the brown cord with a plug-in on it, so it's ready to go. So this is just a typical lamp cord that you would buy to replace any typical lamp cord. So we go right into that. Now when I come off of that, I want a space and then an elbow down and then an elbow out. And the reason is that is it's going to give us the adjustability that I think is going to be kind of cool. So we're going to go with, I believe I bought 5-inch pipes to come right off of that. So we'll feed that through the 5-inch pipe. And then we'll mount that right in. Then I think what I'm going to do is go with a downturn. So a 90-degree elbow. I'm trying to think of how I planned it in the store, but I think I'm doing something different from what I planned in the store. I did. Okay, I went with the shorter one, I think. I think I wanted to go with a 90. Pretty quick right off of that. And you can go with any configuration of this that you want. It's totally up to you. So you just design as you go. If you don't like what you're creating, you don't have to do it. You can just back it up and go with a different configuration. And if the one you have planned is something you're changing your mind about, change your mind. It's not a big deal. You can just start it over. So I'm gonna go like this route, short to a fitting off of it. So we're gonna go with that. Then I'm gonna extend down with a long one. And the cool part about this is the versatility of where it can go. So it can go up or it can go back, or you can basically do anything at that point you want with it. So that's all fit nice and tight. And then I went with spacer. That's the 90 for that. That's the T. 90. So my idea here is that I'm adding another 90 to it. And there is a plan here, which for adjustment purposes is what's going to make this really cool. So the more all these threads then end up working together to be just that much more adjustable. So then your lamp can hang or do whatever you want it to do at that point. So I think that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So that lamp then can sit up and down and be adjustable. I do have another kind of idea that I was just thinking about as I was putting this together. Okay, so as you're putting it together, I just made a choice. I just now made a choice to go from making 2 to 1, because I'm going to use parts from the other one because I think it'll end up making it look like a cool project. And then the other one, I'll do the same thing. We'll just design it as we go. So I'll add some parts to this, and then I'll figure out what we did, and then we'll just add it for the other one. But what this is going to do is it gives us that extra flexibility to do with the lamp what we want it to be. So we're just going to turn that down, flex it out, and then add this pipe out of it, and then we're ready to install the lamp. So basically we'll show you later in the video how this is going to work for our little tiny house here. But I think we're onto something here pretty cool. So here we go. That's all mounted and straight. So we're going to pull the switch out. And I did a pull chain switch because we're going to leave it plugged into the wall. So having that pull chain switch will give us having the pull chain switch will give us the ability to turn it on and off when we want to. So, and you can get these basically at any hardware store, these lamp replacements and these socket replacements. And I'm going to pull that right up in tight when we're all said and done. So we just have to wire this up to the lamp pieces. We will grab a Phillips screwdriver here. So this is a project that you can basically take on in a few minutes once you get the idea of what you want to do with it. And I've actually enjoyed building these quite a bit. I know it probably seems complicated to actually build a little light fixture, but in reality I think you end up with something that's pretty cool and makes a statement about your little project, your little tiny house, whatever it is you're doing. So that's kind of the idea behind this, is I do like stuff that's actually built for something in particular. Okay, so it doesn't look like it, but that is a completed light fixture for the wall above my chair. So let's go put it in and see how it looks in place, and I'll show you the versatility that I think it has for the tiny house. Alright, so we're going to mount this to the wall. I'm going to go sort of high because I want it to be able to be high or low, or give me a certain amount of flexibility as far as what I'm able to light up. And the higher I can go, the better, and that's why I went with the longer downturns. And I can extend those downturns even further if I want to. But for right now, I'm just going to go right about there. So here's the cool part about this now. We have the flexibility to bring this up and then turn this down and just basically put it right where we want it. And we can adjust it. So like as we get it where we want it, we can just move it into that position where I think I want it at. You know, adjust the bulb so it hangs flat. I have a pull chain, so it gives me a little extra distance on the bulb. And this lets me just basically put it wherever I want it. You know, I can have the I have the luxury then of putting the pull chain at the height I want. I can put the bulb where I want it. I can leave the light fixture down. I can move it up. I have all these different options with what I can do with it and what I want to do with it. So we're going to replace the pull chain and set it up so we're right there to good to go. We'll put the pull chain so it hangs a little bit below the Edison light. Let's see how it looks. Another hanging light fixture. Light up the tiny house with it. It works as it should. On and off. Alright, so we have two matching lights at the tiny house. Totally different look. Exact same style. They both work exactly the same as each other. I like the way they turned out. I like what they do. I like that Edison light. I mean, you can put a regular bulb in it too if you want. But I really kind of dig the way this is all coming together, and it has this like matching theme where I have that cast iron pan rack with 3 of these lights down low and then my one light up high. There's a video for all 4 of them if you ever want to check those out, but it's a pretty cool way to do a light in the tiny house. I've really actually enjoyed these black pipe projects. They're not especially cheap. You got to make sure you buy the right parts. But they're fun to do, and you end up with something that I think is pretty cool. I think it works just fine. I like what it does. I like the fact that it's right where I want it to be. I can take it all the way down to here, leave it up top. I have all that flexibility, so if I'm sitting here reading at night or working, I can go right to the light, and it's right above where I'm at. The light's directional, and you know what? It has a cool theme. It works for what I'm doing in the tiny house. So hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.